In today's video, I want to go over what's new with the Samsung Galaxy Flip 5 to make your purchasing decision a whole lot easier. And just to let you know, since it is on pre-order, you can save a lot of money on the Flip 5 and could even get it as low as $80. And you also get a free storage upgrade. I'm going to have links down below in the description and in the pinned comment in case you guys are interested. But you would be crazy not to take this deal, and I will explain why further in this video, so stick around. Now, the Flip 5 has definitely gotten the bigger upgrade when compared to the Fold 5, which didn't really change much, but it did change just enough. The Flip 5 now has the Snapdragon 8 Generation 2 made for Galaxy, so it's basically an overclocked version of the original 8 Gen 2. So it's basically like the 8 Plus Gen 2. You following along so far? Good. The Flip 5 also now starts at 256 gigabytes as opposed to 128 from last year, but if you use my link down below, you will automatically be upgraded to 512 gigabytes for free. That's right, you're not going to pay anything. It's completely a free upgrade. Which is kind of what I was talking about. You would be crazy not to take this deal, especially if you can get it for $99. Or $80 if you're a student. The Flip 5, thanks to the redesign, is now thinner and comes with a more sturdier hinge that is now more durable against drops. The new hinge also allows the Flip 5 to close all the way flat, so you won't have that weird annoying gap between the screens whenever you're closing it, which allows dust to go in and other debris particles, which can potentially scratch the screen later on in the phone's life cycle. Speaking of durability, the inside glass and the outside glass are now more durable compared to last year. Specifically, the outside glass is now made from Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which of course is going to be more protected against drops. Some are comparing it as strong as ceramic. I'm not sure about that. I guess we'll see. I'm not going to test it out. I'm not going to be dropping my phones, but you guys can, and you can let me know down in the comments. Now, the cover display on the Flip 5 is obviously the biggest improvement of them all, and it's now basically almost corner to corner, and it's even big enough to have a keyboard on the screen to reply to text messages or even kind of your own apps on there as well. I could see this being useful for things like Uber. You can use Netflix on the outer display, but I don't know why you would wanna, but you can. That's the whole point. You can. They give you that freedom to do what you want with it. But it's also good if you're at the gym, you're listening to music, you don't have to open up your phone scroll through your Spotify playlist or any other application that you want to use for music. You can just use that right from the cover display, which by the way, it'll also save on battery since you don't have to open it up to that big inside display. Nice. Now, because of that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 made for Galaxy, you can expect the photos and videos to be better than last year's model, even though the actual hardware, the camera hardware, hasn't really changed much, if at all. But as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, that's just part of the story. The bigger part of the story is obviously software, but also the image signal processing, which is done by the chipset. So now that we have a newer chipset, the 8 Generation 2 made for Galaxy, of course, photos and videos are going to look a lot better. And me as a huge camera guy, I take a ton of photos and videos. That is kind of why I'm excited for this upcoming generation of folding phones from Samsung. Samsung's folding phones might not have the biggest hardware changes or physical design changes year over year, but they certainly have the best operating system when it comes to folding phones. I mean, you cannot really doubt that. The amount of stuff they pack into the phones when it comes to software features is actually insane. So I did order the Fold 5 and the Flip 5, so if you guys want to see more videos about that, definitely subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, stay tuned because those are on the way. So should you upgrade to the Flip 5 if you have the Flip 4? Well, as I've said, you would kind of be crazy not to, because if you trade in the Flip 4, Samsung is giving you $900 for it. That means all you pay is $100 for the Flip 5 and you get a storage upgrade for free. You get a 512 oh my god. You get a 512 gigabyte Flip 5 for $100 by trading in your Flip 4. That's absolutely wild. But of course, $100 is still $100. I get that, but you're not just upgrading because of the cover display. You're upgrading because of the more thinner design since the phone closes all the way. You're upgrading because of that new processor, the 8 Gen 2 made for Samsung, which is going to make your photos and videos, like I said, a lot better. Is going to be more efficient with heat and obviously a lot better with battery life. We've seen so many phones with the 8 Gen 2 that are mind-blowing when it comes to battery life. It is shocking. And of course, because that cover display is much larger, you don't have to open up the phone as frequent, which would even further increase your battery life. Honestly, I cannot wait to see how good the battery life is on the Flip 5, because the Flip series was never really good with battery life up until they put the 8 Plus Gen 1 into last year's Flip. That, I mean, I was getting 6 to 7 hours of screen on time with the Flip 4. That's crazy for a folding phone. I mean, as you guys know. So now that we don't even have to open up the phone all the way to really just get to the quick stuff, maybe if you get a Twitter notification or you're checking on your Uber, there's no reason to open up the phone because you can see that all in the cover display, which obviously takes up a lot less battery than the inside display. Now, the only downside to the cover display is that it is locked to 60 Hz, whereas the inside display is 120 Hz. But I mean, I don't really think that matters all that much. You know, I guess it just depends what you're going to be doing on the outside display. You're not really going to be playing any games on there or anything like that. So I think 60 Hz is fine. Now, obviously the Fold 5 is going to have 120 Hz on both the inside and outside display. Obviously, because the outside display is a lot more usable than on the Flip 5. But I mean, honestly, I'm looking at the deals right now as I'm talking to you guys, and you can even get the Samsung Galaxy Watch. If you pre-order the Flip 5, you can get the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 for $150 instead of $300. You're getting the watch half off by just simply bundling it in with the Flip 5. These are insane deals. I mean, you're saving over $1,000 at this point. That's wild. Now look, I'm never the person that would suggest upgrading year over year unless it makes sense money-wise, right? Because it all comes down to money. If you're going to be paying $1,000 for the Flip 5, I would say, whoa, hold on a minute. Let's wait a few weeks. Let's wait a few months until the price drops, right? But if you can buy the phone right now for $100 and then bundle in the watch for $150 altogether, you're going to be saving over $1,000. I mean, this is insane, yo. It doesn't make sense. This is one of those times where I would actually encourage people to upgrade simply because you're getting a such better device, right? Like from the Fold 4 to the Fold 5, like physically there's not much difference, if any. I mean, yeah, it closes a little bit thinner as well, but not all the way down like the Flip 5. So there's really not that big of a difference when it comes to outside. But on the Flip 5, you're getting that much larger cover display, a more efficient chipset with better battery life, better heating, a more durable hinge, more durable glass on the inside and outside. You're getting a polished product. So, I mean, all for $100 or less, or like I said, $80 if you're a student. It doesn't make any sense not to upgrade at this point. I'm going to throw up a screenshot right now letting you guys know all the trade-in deals. Bam, there we go. So if you see your phone on there, if you don't, go on Samsung's website, link down below. You can see how much they're going to give you for your phone. But from what I'm looking at, they're giving you pretty good trade-in deals for a lot of phones, not just the high-end phones. So what do you guys think about the Flip 5? Is it a good upgrade over the Flip 4? Let me know down below in the comment section. Again, all links will be down there as well. And if I did help you save some money today, all I ask is for you to leave a thumbs up. It's completely free to you, but it helps me and the channel out a lot, and I always truly appreciate it. This was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.